Now here's another circumstance. I know this hose is leaking so much, it's literally pushing liquid oil out of its leak holes and it's starting to drip down. It's no longer just a fine point, it's actually enlarging and gravity is pulling oil down to the down. That's how big of a leak that is. Nada. Under this operating condition, under this circumstance, sitting here with 85 psi in it, nothing. On the other one, where's the dry one at? Come on, I picked up someone. Let's find that guy. The fitting. Okay. But at where it's actually pushing oil out at, in the middle, nothing. But at the fitting, yes. And at the fitting O-ring, catch the back of the neck right here. And yes, I do know what mode I have it in, or I know somebody's going to comment on that. But I'm going right up to it. Boom, bingo, bingo. Now this is R134 in an R12 system. Back of the expansion valve. Where are you at, expansion valve? Let me get down there. Right back down, and yeah, of course, I forgot to turn my light on. But I'm not gonna reshoot. You get to see a dark little area. Okay. So, you see where some leak detectors, there is a leak. There is a leak. And certain operations, when this thing is engaged and it's running, refrigerant will be actually coming out as sheathing of this hose. But in this application, under this pressure, under these ambient conditions, in a static mode, nothing comes out through that hose. Now you have leaks that leak like a sieve. When that rubber hose gets cold, that rubber hose will shrink differently than this fitting. Refrigerant will stop coming, and there could be cracks inside this hose. This hose on this end is at a fixed location. It does not move. It's rigid. This hose is attached to an engine that is on engine mounts, and engine mounts flex. So it's flexing from there to there, and it could be leaking when it flexes as it goes through shifts and acceleration and the engine moves. This whole hose flexes and shifts, and it could be leaking at those moments every time it flexes, releasing a burst of refrigerant, or completely going into a leak down when that hose gets down to 35 degrees because that rubber is no longer has elasticity to it anymore. It cannot compensate. It does not expand and contract. It's rigid. It could get cold, shrink at a different rate, and just spew out all its refrigerant. And I'll go around with this and the H10. Just showing you the difference between the ultrasonic and a very good Stratus.